first for the Bulls. Gary Payton is out there with Drew. They've got Slim. What a tremendous talent. Getting ready for his first NBA appearance. And it's LeBron James. And it's Haywood in at the 4 slot. And then for Houston, Steph Curry's out there with Miller. We've got Z. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. And it's Hill. And it's Garnett in at the 4.
Guys, how about the Bulls being able to nab the 5th seed in the East last season, in large part due to how they were able to play on the road. Of course, when you play tough, solid defense like they do, it makes it easier to be competitive and string together road wins.
And for the Bulls, defense is one of the few things in the NBA that can neutralize a home court advantage. And Steve, a big part of why they had the success they had on the road.
Yeah, they went 21-20 away from the United Center, and one of only 5 teams in the entire East who managed to stay above 500 away from home. That's a real tribute to this team and the coaching staff. And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him. Well, we all know that Curry is a tremendous shooter, just like his father. Quick release, pinpoint accuracy, deep range. But what I like about Curry is his passing ability. Such a good playmaker and tremendous court vision.
And the thing I like, Steve, is Steph's not just a spot-up shooter. He can create his own shot off the dribble. And he makes tough shots on the move.
And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Miller. Garnett's got his first points in this one.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And so here is Houston. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, I spoke with the head coach of the Bulls. One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Drew after the made shot for Miller. LeBron James on the wing. Slim. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
You know, if you're in a fight to get into the playoffs out west like the Rockets were last season, you have to make sure you get every win you can when you play against the Eastern Conference. Their success against the Eastern Conference was a big part of how they squeezed that 8th seed.
Now, here is Hill. Pass to Curry. It's back to Hill. Ilgauskas a screen on LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. They get the rebound. Ilgauskas. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Rockets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Well, this is a club that shot 75% as a team from the free throw line last season.
Now here's LeBron. Dishes to Payton. Passes it to Drew. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. From deep. Miller grabs the miss. But Clark, you were talking about the Rockets against the East, a record of 21-9 against the conference. And Steve, it was one of the better marks in the West.
Yeah, it was the same win total as the Clippers and Thunder, who both won their divisions. So, only the Spurs and Grizzlies did better in that regard. And the Rockets were full of scoring potential, and I think just happened to catch teams in the East off guard a little bit.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
Haywood kicks to Payton. From outside, off the mark. Rockets leading by 5. Outside Hill. Garnett. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him. Well, you know, when Rajon Rondo went down last season and the Celtics looked to be out of any title contention, Kevin Garnett, guys, became a very hot topic on the trade market, and with his ability and experience, that should be no surprise.
Bulls trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got a find something. You're right.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
We talked about what Garnett can bring to a team. He's still an impactful player. Offensively, a deadly jump shooter. He reached 25,000 points last season with Boston. Also a great passer.
But it's defensively where he really makes his mark. One of the best defensive forwards I think the league has ever seen. His ability to communicate, to guard pick and roll, to switch out onto point guards and stay in front of them. And then the intensity, the intangible that he brings to your club.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Houston making a switch here. Jordan's checked in.
Well, the Bulls battled in last year's postseason. Got a Game 7 win in Brooklyn to sneak out of round one in what was one of the more interesting series of the first round, but then fell to the Heat in round two.
Garnett with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Tries from 10. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
And for the Bulls, no Rose the whole time, and they had questions constantly being asked if he would return, but the team came together, Steve, and showed the Bulls aren't just a one-man show.
You know, they missed him, though, Kevin, I mean, desperately. I thought they performed admirably, but they really needed him against the Heat. They were able to steal game one in that Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, but without him, the Bulls just didn't have enough firepower to beat Miami.
And so it's Houston with it. The Bulls getting the bucket. And the basket good. 9 points for Kevin Garnett.
That's 4 of 5 to start this game, guys. He's rolling.
LeBron gets the screen from Haywood. Knocked away. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Bulls trail by 7. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's LeBron.
They've done a terrific job rebounding here so far, allowing no second chance point.
Misses the deep three-point attempt. On its way from Curry for 2. Off the left rim and out.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Pass to Payton. Fires from deep. No luck. Houston leading by 7. Curry kicks to Hill. Defended by Drew. Fades and shoots. Garnett the pass to Jordan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Bulls trail by 9. Here's Drew. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Payton drives in. Now Haywood inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Here's Curry. He passes to Miller. Intercepted. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And it's blocked by Curry. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Tembo is checked in for Chicago. Ginobili comes in for Drew. And Ginobili, here we go. Payton. Back to Ginobili. The feed now to Haywood. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Miller's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Garnett with the screen for Miller. Here's Hill. Got it. Good job on the low post. And the Rockets lead by 9.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
Ginobili with the 3. Gets it to go. Ginobili's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Hill. Jordan with the screen on LeBron. The shot by Curry. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Now here is Miller. And it's Hill penetrating. Jordan. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Bulls trail by 6. LeBron kicks to Payton. Ginobili outside. Back to Payton. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Mutombo open and close and nails it. Mutombo's got his first 2 points.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. And so here is Houston. 4-point game. Here's Harper, and he makes the 8-footer.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
Yep, it's been a clinic at that end of the floor, no question.
Flash passes to Johnson. It's rebounded by Houston.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Rose. Here's Jordan. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Houston?
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
Flash passes to Mutombo. Johnson outside. The pass to Flash. 6 to shoot. Wide at the free throw line. Jump shot is good that time.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Outside Rose. He dishes it to Harper. A three-pointer off the mark. Bulls trail by 6. Here's Flash. Ginobili takes a 3. Here's Grant. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He's just one of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And here's something else, Steve. He invites contact when he's attacking the rim. He doesn't try to finesse his way through anything. He's going through bodies.
The kid. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Ginobili. And Clark, you're right. They've done a great job of cleaning up the misses and limiting second chance points.
Well, because they've done a nice job blocking out and everybody has been concentrating on blocking out and pursuing the ball, they've not given up any second chance opportunities.
Hustle, too. Gotta hustle.
Yeah, you gotta go after it.
Flash passes to Mutombo. That's good from Ginobili on the assist by Johnson. Ginobili's got 5 points so far.
You know, he operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside.
Back to Harper. Uncovered. That's good. And the Rockets lead by 6.
You know, they've been doing an excellent job, Kevin, on the offensive boards here. Keeping the ball alive and then converting those second chances when they get them.
Kicks it to Ginobili. He feeds it to Mutombo. Pass to Flash. The 3-ball. And the rejection by Harper. Here we go, one-on-one. Rebound, Grant. Bulls trail by 6. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Harper. Lays it up and banks it in. Harper's got 6.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Rockets lead by 6. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Man, it's really been a dominant effort on the glass. That's been the key here.
Yeah, they've established nice low post presence, which always tends to help you on the rebounding battle.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Guys, it's hard to doubt that LeBron James, after 2 straight titles and 4 MVPs in the last 5 years, seems to be at the top of his game. LeBron candidly said, quote, "I'm at my highest peak. I don't know if I can continue to improve," but he certainly remains motivated. Saying, quote, "At the end of the day, I have a goal to be the best of all time, and I'm going to put that pressure on myself." And Kevin, if he can just stay at this level for a long period of time, he may get there.
I like his chances. Thanks. And the basket by Jones. Rockets leading by 6.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Slim comes in for Horace Grant. And Drews subbed in for Joe Johnson. Harper kicks to Rose. Shot clock at 6. Passes to Houston. Houston needs to get a shot. Takes a shot at the elbow. Tries to save it. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Harper dishes to Ilgauskas. A second left. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And for the Rockets, you look at how that strategy worked out for them, and it was exactly what they needed. Got off to a quick start last year, and, you know, Steve, toward the end, their rookies were fresh and able to contribute when it mattered most.
You know, Kevin, it's hard for fans to see a player get drafted and not immediately see the floor, but a lot of times that's the best route. You know, you give a player time to adjust, you make him earn it, and by the end of the season, he can be a very effective player. I think plenty of the Rockets players proved that last season.
5 on the clock. Here's Flash. No good. So Houston will take it the other way.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. I think that's what's put them in front here.
Bulls trail by 8. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Sampson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Boy, I tell you, the Bulls showed how resilient they could be without Derrick Rose last season. They played competitive basketball, but up against the Western Conference, they just didn't quite have the same punch. Got beat up pretty good out west.
LeBron, he's checked in for Chicago. Payton comes in for Flash. And back to the Bulls against the West. Not sure what exactly their shortcomings were, but in the end, Steve, they were only able to win 11 games out of the 30 they played out of conference.
You know, the Bulls were a team that could win games on grit and toughness, but the West was a lot more talented last year than the East. And so some nights Chicago just kind of ran into reality, and they didn't have enough talent to deal with some of those Western teams.
You know, the Rockets turned a lot of heads last season, guys, as they got back into the playoffs after missing out the year before. A big part of that was how they played at home. They were very tough to beat in Houston.
And the Rockets making a change here. Miller's checked in. LeBron gets the screen from Jones. Back to LeBron. And the pass to Sampson. Payton. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's Drew. Hits the jump hook. And the Rockets, as you said, Clark, strong at home, and that can be seen in that record of 29-12. Just the kind of home record, Steve, you need to get into the playoffs.
And it was the way the Rockets played that was so impressive, Kevin. They attack the rim, and then they kick out and bomb a ton of threes. And I think that's the kind of attack, the kind of style that can really bring a friendly crowd and bring them to their feet. And I thought the Houston fans got more and more animated as the season went on. Look at the size discrepancy there between the defender and the shooter.
Well, those are warm-up jumpers. When there's not a hand in his face, he'll knock those down all day.
Their low-post defense has to show some improvement, guys.
Yeah, of the last 10 points, Steve, 8 have come from in tight.
Miller outside. Cannot hit. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Here's Jones. A second chance effort. No good from Drew. Houston leading by 6. Feeds it to Miller. Lets it go from the wing. Buries the jump shot. LeBron with it. 8 points for him. Pass to Sampson. Here's Drew. He passes to Sampson. Shot from 6. The rebound by Garnett. Garnett's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Harper the pass to Miller. There's the dish to Hill. Back to Miller. Ilgauskas a screen on LeBron. Miller, no luck.
And no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
The shot by Payton. Misses off the right iron.
Easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
And Hill backs him in. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. LeBron kicks to Payton. Back to LeBron. All alone. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. And that's now 10 points for LeBron.
You know, if there was no salary cap, no max contract in the NBA, you'd have to wonder what LeBron James would command for his salary. I mean, he clearly is worth more than the maximum you can pay him because he's so far ahead of everybody else in the league in terms of talent. I think Kevin Durant is probably the only one who comes close to him in terms of a guy of that size and that ability.
And going back to the topic of max contracts, if those were higher relative to the cap, it might be harder to assemble the big 3 star trios we, for instance, see in Miami.
And, Kevin, I think that's where we're heading with the new CBA. It's going to be more and more difficult to put 3 max guys together. And so teams are kind of working their way through this new CBA, trying to figure out how they're going to structure their payrolls going forward.
There's the screen. Here's Drew. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls.
Even though they're trailing, they're having some success from the foul line here, and that could go a long way towards getting them back into it. Here in the second quarter, they've made all of their shots from the foul line, and that's a must-do when you're down.
The drive by Hill. Ilgauskas. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Garnett against LeBron. Payton dishes to LeBron. Passes it to Sampson. Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession. Clock at 6. Payton passes to Haywood. From downtown, the Bulls keep it alive. And the shot is good from Sampson. Slim's got 9 points.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And Steve, you know, he's also got a full arsenal of moves in the post. I mean, you can't believe how many tricks this guy has up his sleeves. He's full of them. He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
LeBron against Garnett. LeBron passes to Drew. No good.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
He kicks to Payton. Now the pass to Drew. Back to Payton. Here is Slim, guarded by Curry. Here's Sampson, drilled from 6 feet. Slim's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Curry kicks to Garnett, working on Haywood. Takes the 13-footer, and that one's good. And 11 points for Kevin Garnett.
Well, you gotta love the footwork. How about that turnaround?
Chicago calls timeout.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Zeke. Bulls trail by 7. LeBron outside. Pass to Sampson. He's against Jordan. LeBron kicks to Payton. No good from outside.
Ouch. Another miss to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
Dishes it to Curry. Houston moving it around. Puts up the baby hook. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 8 points. Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Drew. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
Tipped away. Hill with it. Now Payton defending. And it's Hill penetrating. Second shot opportunity. KG, that's good.
Another rebound gobbled up. They are pounding the boards.
And a big part of the lead, guys, is because of the work they've done on the glass. I mean, they have the lead because they've rebounded well.
LeBron dishes to Haywood. Pass to Payton. Shoots. The good-looking shot from the wing. Payton's got his second basket of the game. Houston leading by 7. Now here's Curry. The feed to Hill. Back to Curry. From deep three-point range, Haywood with the rebound. Haywood's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Drew passes to Payton. He dishes it to LeBron. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Mutombo is checked in for Slim, and it's Ginobili in for Drew. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. They get it back. Haywood lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Hill kicks to Miller. Garnett left side. Unloads from 13. Rebounded by Dikembe Mutombo.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Payton dishes to Ginobili. Kicks to LeBron. Back to Ginobili. Shoots the 3. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And now just a 2-point Rocket lead.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
He feeds it to Miller. The kick out to Hill. The dish to Curry. It's back to Hill. Garnett outside. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Ginobili with the ball. 8 points for him. And the dunk by Payton.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Gets it off. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And we'll have the start of the...
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now it's time to break down the first half for you here on this Wednesday edition of 2K at the Half. Plenty of hustle from the Rockets. They're really going hard at it on the boards, offensively chasing down every miss they can. Kevin Garnett's putting on a clinic against the Bulls. Consistent shooting from the field, making well over 65% of his shots. Not a lot of guys put up a half a basketball like that. Good overall also, though, for the Bulls. They've been relentless attacking the rim, dominating in points in the paint, and the bodies down low have been banging away. A nice contribution by Slim, giving them a lift. He has 11 points, been getting to the rim, been getting to the line, and a great shooting percentage from both. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
What a game for Garnett. He's got 13 points and also an assist. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
This is a night to remember for sure, guys.
Chicago trailing here. Payton outside. Makes the lead pass. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Miller kicks to Hill. 5 to shoot. On its way from Curry for 2, but they recover it. Goes back up. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line. And a minute played as the second half gets going. And here is Payton. Feeds it to LeBron. Back to Payton for the lead. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Payton's got 9.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
Much has been made about the show LeBron puts out during games, but he also puts on a spectacle in his pre-game routine. Last season, he and others started pulling out all the stops and dunking in the pre-game warm-up in an effort to break a sweat.
Payton passes to Sampson. Drew. He kicks it to LeBron. And there's the pass to Drew. Back to LeBron. Goes up on the high post. That one a little long. And Clark, you mentioned the pregame dunks for LeBron. A devastating finisher. Some have asked why he's never competed in the All-Star Slam Dunk competition. In fact, I say that every Saturday night I'm sitting on that microphone. Why isn't LeBron in this competition?
Wouldn't it be nice? In fact, I think didn't Magic Johnson even put up a $1 million incentive for him to compete? Yeah, it would be incredible to see him. I don't know. I think it's become almost a chore for players these days to enter, but it would be fantastic to see him out there.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Curry can't get it to go.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
Drew passes to LeBron. LeBron is doubled. Dishes it to Haywood. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. That one wide left.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Hill, no good. Bulls trail by 3. Here's Drew. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Drew's got 8. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Outside Hill. He He passes it to Curry.
Second team foul.
Good on the baseline, Jay. 7 points in the game.
Perfect inbounds pass and an easy 2 points.
Peyton dishes to LeBron. He's against Hill. From 13. No good from LeBron.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
And the shot is good.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Pass to Peyton. Shot clock at 6. Pulled loose. The dive for the ball. Curry with the steal. Gives him the lead pass. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And the Rockets making a change here. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They trail by 7. Passes it to Drew. The feed to Peyton. LeBron James on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Releases from 15, and he hits the jumper for 2. LeBron's got 12. Rockets leading by 5. Hill kicks to Curry. It's back to Hill.
Come on, box him out, man.
There's the pass to Houston. 6 to shoot. Outside Curry. The 3, and that is good. Curry's got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, their three-point shooting since halftime is about as good as you could possibly ask for, guys.
Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal, boys. Keep firing those deep balls and build that lead up.
Simpson, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
They set the pick. Houston, the pass to the kid. He dishes it to Curry. Offensive rebound. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Haywood. And they're on the break. Pass to Drew. LeBron outside. He passes to Drew. Kicks it to Peyton. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Another miss by Curry. Bulls trail by 6. Pass to Peyton. To the paint. Here's Sampson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kevin Garnett.
Really an extraordinary game for Slim. He has 15 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
No, that's important. When you get to the foul line, any team, when you can outscore your opponent from the foul line, it's critical, and he's trying to do his part right there.
Some changes for Chicago. Johnson comes in for ABC, and Jones subbed in for Drew. Here's Rose. Wide open shot is on the money. Rose has got his first points of the game. Peyton outside. LeBron releases. It's rebounded by the kid.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Harper dishes to Garnett. Defended by Sampson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Bulls trail by 8. Johnson down low. He's guarded by Harper. Peyton kicks to LeBron. Outside, Jones. Passes it to Sampson. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Peyton. And the Bulls with another miss.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebound.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now. They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
Chicago calls timeout. You look at Kevin Garnett. What a contribution.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Chicago making a switch here. Haywood's checked in. Payton with the ball. Now guarded by Harper. And it's blocked by Garnett.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter. And that's an understatement.
Houston defended by Jones. Harper the pass to the kid. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
Slim, he's checked in for Jones.
Look at the free throw percentage. Unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
Here's Haywood. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Grant Hill, he's checked in for the Rockets. Bulls trail by 12. LeBron dishes to Payton. And he feeds it to Johnson. And that one's drained from the low block. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Houston, the pass to Hill. Garnett, the screen. Hill gets a screen from Houston. The screen, and it's slammed in by Garnett.
Well, the pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
That's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you.
Payton kicks to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Checking out the game LeBron is having. 12 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of get into that same passing groove that he's in.
The first free throw is good. Flash is checked in for Chicago. And both free throws good for LeBron. Houston leading by 10. Jordan sets the pick for Hill. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Hill's got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
1:30 left to play in the third. Backing him down is Johnson. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
I like the way they've gotten to the foul line throughout the game, guys. Those are important points.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Gary Payton, he's checked in for Chicago.
You know, one part of Joe Johnson's game that tends to get overlooked, guys, is his ability to create space with the dribble. He's got great size, and that ability makes him the potent scorer he is.
And here they come. Flash passes to Johnson. Payton, that's good. Rockets leading by 8. It's back to Hill. Jordan with a screen on Johnson. Knocked loose. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Sampson, the pass to Flash. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And the Bulls making a change here. James is checked in. .43 seconds left to play in the third. Payton outside. The pass to Sampson. LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. From the arc. The but they'll get another chance. Here's Haywood. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Haywood. And the Rockets making a change here. Miller's checked in. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Houston in the lead. Jordan dishes to Hill. Back to Jordan. Outside Harper. Miller with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron, and Hill backs him in. The fadeaway. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. Miller's got 4 assists in the game.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Bulls trail by 9. Now Peyton. LeBron outside. The tray. And that one's good. LeBron's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Chicago.
Well, it took him a long time to get that three-point range. Maybe this will get him going.
Hill kicks to Harper. Here's the dish to Garnett. Shot from 16. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Now here's Ginobili. Peyton outside. Back to Ginobili. Feeds to LeBron. And the Bulls, another 3.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Harper the pass to Hill. Back to Harper. Clock at 6. Here's the 3. Here's Jordan. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
What a game we've seen here for Jordan. He's got 8 points and also a block shot. You know, DeAndre Jordan last year led the league in field goal percentage at 64%, but that was a percentage that was better than his free throw percentage. You want to get that flipped, and hopefully Jordan will be able to do that.
That one is no good. And for DeAndre Jordan, it's strange. His shooting motion at the line looks good, but Steve, last year just 38% from the stripe.
Well, it's got to be mental, Kevin, because you watch the way he shoots. You know, it's not a beautiful stroke, but it's not broken by any means. I think it's all about finding a way to be comfortable at the free throw line. Some players never reach that point.
LeBron kicks to Ginobili. Tries to keep it alive. And stolen by Jordan. The drive by Hill. He kicks it to Garnett. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 21 points for Kevin Garnett. Bulls trail by 7. Peyton dishes to Mutombo. LeBron. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Ginobili. Here's Haywood. And he dunks it down.
We knew what was going to happen with that one when he got his hands on it.
Yeah, you know, if the ball comes to him off the offensive boards, Clark, it's going to go back down hard.
It's amazing how many points he salvages for his team.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Doris Burke has some information for us, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Stephen Curry's checked in for Derek Harper. Knocks it loose. Here's Peyton. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Curry passes to Garnett. Dishes to Hill. Now the feed to Curry. It's back to Hill. Pass to Garnett. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Haywood. Here's Ginobili. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Things are really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Not sure where it was before, but better late than never.
Garnett, Haywood covering. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. He dishes it to Payton. Payton with another miss.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Here's Garnett. Tries again. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
So for the Bulls, Slim, he's checked in for Mutombo, and Drew subbed in for Manu Ginobili. Curry against Payton. LeBron kicks to Payton. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Payton's got 10 points in just the second half.
He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
Curry kicks to Hill. It's rebounded by Sampson. Slim's got 6 rebounds in the game to take the lead. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. It's Miller on the wing. Jordan sets the pick for Miller. The shot by Hill, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Hill's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And his confidence has come back since halftime after really a rough first 2 quarters.
LeBron gets the screen from Haywood. It's LeBron with the drive. Sampson. Second chance shot. Haywood, no good.
They've clearly been the better team on the glass, but it hasn't necessarily translated to the scoreboard yet.
But you feel like it's going to reward this team at some point. They've got to continue to maintain the energy.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. The Bulls have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. LeBron passes to Sampson. Shoots from the line. Sampson, a follow-up jam.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Hill drives in. Right through the D for the layup. And the Rockets lead by 1. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
Well, 7 lead changes, Kevin and Steve, in this one, and we could very well be seeing more.
Yeah, I believe it because these two teams so well matched up. You look at the talent. I think we're in for a very, very competitive night.
It's been a nice game for Haywood. He has 9 rebounds, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
They sure have, and clearly he's gotten in their heads because of it, Clark. You guys are looking over their shoulder now, always worrying about where he is.
Z's checked in for the Rockets. The Rockets have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Curry. Back to Garnett. He passes to Augustus. And the shot is good.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Curry against Payton. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Hill. The finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
And maybe above all else, we should really mention just what a fantastic setup man he is. So many of their baskets come as a result of one of his assists.
And here we go with Miller running up the court. Kicks to Augustus. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Miller's got 6 assists now in the game.
Good job there recognizing the mismatch and then just going straight up with the shot. He's got a major height advantage.
Hill against LeBron. Passes to Drew. Puts it up from 12. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Miller dishes to Augustus. Back to Miller. Shoots. Rebound by the Bulls. Peyton outside. Back to LeBron. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pass to Peyton. Three-pointer. The offensive rebound. Gets the bucket. And that's 13 points for ABC.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Outside Curry. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Ilgauskas, good!
You know, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
All alone, and the jam by Steph Curry.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
Man, guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Drew, covered by Miller. He feeds it to Haywood. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Curry kicks to Hill. The pass to Miller. It's back to Hill. Garnett left side. Just 5 to shoot. The dish to Miller. The three. That's good. And now a 10-point Rocket lead.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Chicago calls timeout. But look at Kevin Garnett. What a contribution.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Bulls trail by 10. LeBron kicks to Peyton. LeBron drives in, looking to end the run, and the basket by Peyton. Peyton's got 8 here in the quarter.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
The kick out to Hill. 1:52 left in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Curry against Peyton. Here's Garnett. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here. Chicago's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. LeBron with it. Grant Hill covering. LeBron passes to Drew. Feeds it to Peyton. He kicks to Haywood. Back to Peyton. 6 on the shot clock. Tries it from the top of the key. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And that's now 24 points for LeBron.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Hill kicks to Curry. The turnaround Jay. Another miss by Curry.
Now, he thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him.
The shot by Peyton, no good.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 9. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Bodyguards checked in for Slim. Grant comes in for ABC. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for LeBron. And Jones subbed in for Drew. Tries a 3 off the inbound. The rebound by Ilgauskas. Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
It's Rockets ball.
Here's Flash.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
Finds it from downtown.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Some changes for Chicago. Slim, he's checked in for the bodyguard. ABC comes in for Horace Grant. And it's LeBron in for Joe Johnson. For three, they get it again. Haywood gets the bucket.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and you know that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in and game out.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
At the line for two.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, so now it's an 8-point game. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Jones puts up a three, buries it from outside. 8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And the Bulls making a change here. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They trail by 7. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
Well, never say never, I guess. They just have no quit in them.
And I think you have to respect that attitude and approach. I know most teams would have called it a game already.
Eddie Jones on the wing. Pass to Flash. No good. So Houston wins it. They pulled off the